I see then walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one another, so that you do not do the things that you wish. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred, contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness, revelries, and the like, of which I tell you beforehand, just as I also told you in the past, that those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control. Against such there is no law. And those who are Christ have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not become conceited, provoking one another, envying one another. A warm welcome once again. Welcome to Passageway. I'm Kim Cabaron. Every life produces fruit, not just lives, not just religious lives, every life. Now, the real question isn't if we bear fruit, is what kind of fruit our lives are producing. Jesus said, a tree is known by its fruit. Now, you don't have to guess what's happening at the root if you're honest about what's showing up in the branches. Apostle Paul in Galatians chapter 5, as what we read a while ago, tells us there are two sources that shape every human life: the flesh, the spirit. And the source you're connected to will always determine the fruit you produce. Fruit is inevitable. Paul doesn't say if the flesh produces works, he says the work of the flesh are evident, in reference to Galatians chapter 5, verse 19. Fruit is unavoidable. Character leaks, attitudes surface, patterns reveal themselves. You don't have to announce what's ruling your life. Your reactions will preach it for you. How you respond under pressure, how you treat people when no one is watching. What comes out when you're tired, offended, or stressed. Fruit is simply the outward evidence of an inward source. The fruit of the flesh, a life driven by self. Apostle Paul lists the works of the flesh: sexual immorality, impurity, idolatry, hatred, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, and envy. In reference to Galatians chapter 5, 19 to 21. Now notice something important. Not all of this looks sinful on the surface. Some are internal, like envy, jealousy; rational, like hatred, discord; cultural, like selfish ambition; often celebrated. The flesh isn't just about bad behavior. The flesh is self at the center. When I am the source, my desires rule. My comfort matters most. My rights comes first. And even good things become toxic when they grow from the wrong root. The fruit of the Spirit, a life surrendered to God. In contrast, Apostle Paul gives us the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. In reference to Galatians chapter 5, 22 to 23. Now notice it's called fruit, not fruits. It's the natural result of the Spirit's life flowing through us. This is not personality. This is not willpower. This is not moral self improvement. You don't manufacture this kind of fruit. You don't force it. You don't fake it for long. It grows when your life is connected to the Spirit of God. You don't work for fruit, you grow it. Fruit grows by abiding, not striving. You don't yell at a tree to produce oranges. You don't shame it. You don't threaten it. You check, is it planted in good soil? Is it receiving water? Is it connected to a healthy root? In the same way, spiritual fruit grows when we walk by the Spirit of God in Galatians 5:16. We stay connected to Christ, in reference to John 15. We surrender daily, not occasionally. Behavior changes when the source changes. Now, here's the honest question: what kind of fruit is my life producing right now? Not last year, not in public, not on Sunday, right now. In my home, in my thought life, in my reactions, in my relationships. If the fruit is unhealthy, the solution is not trying harder, it's changing what you're connected to. Here's the good news: God doesn't condemn you for bad fruit, He invites you to a better source. The Spirit doesn't just point out what's wrong, He supplies the power to live differently. When you surrender to the Spirit, love replaces hostility, peace replaces chaos, self control replaces addiction, gentleness replaces anger. Transformation happens from the inside out. Every life produces fruit. The question is not if, but what kind. The source determines the fruit. So today, the invitation is simple: stop striving, stop pretending. Because when your life is rooted in the Spirit of God, the fruit will follow. A blessed day. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.